What's going on, guys? I'm sorry that this is a little late, but I told you I'm of equal opportunity, so I'm going to do the men's side. It's not going to be as in detailed as the women's side, but it's that, got to give both draws. Roger opens up against Peter Lujak, the Australian. I don't see any problem in that. His first problem to me probably will come when he plays if I can remember, Feliciano Lopez or Stan Wawrinka, his compatriot. These are, to me, clay court specialists and Loomis threats. Also at the bottom of his quarter is Ernest Gulbis. You have Nicholas Massou is also in this, and he's been quiet, but he's dangerous. Gael Monfils is in here. You have Albert Montanes, who Albert, Ernest both beat Roger Federer on clay this year. So those are threats. Robin Soderling is at the bottom of his quarter, who he played in the finals last year. So it proves to be a very, very difficult task, and he probably wished he had Andy Murray's quarter. Now that we've said that, let's go to Andy Murray's quarter. Andy Murray opens up against the Frenchman Richard Gasquet. Richard Gasquet is fresh off a title at Nice. He is on fire. I feel he's going to come in with the momentum, confidence, and he's playing in front of his home crowd. I, as well as Will, when we spoke earlier, are predicting a first round upset against Murray. But it's really not an upset because Murray hasn't been playing stellar on the clay. He's not really a clay quarter. I say go on ahead, Andy, and go out there and play your match. If you're playing doubles, play doubles. But I say get ready for the grass season. The Queen's coming. Anyway, so that's that. Then we have Andy Roddick's quarter. Andy Roddick has not been playing. Andy Roddick has not been playing. Matter of fact, before we get there, let's go back. Andy Roddick, at the bottom of his quarter, he has Wilfried Tsonga, the Frenchman, who, he's kind of like the Andy Murray of France, if that makes any sense. The hopes and expectations are more on him. Richard Gasquet was that person a couple years ago. His backhand and beating Federer and all. But Joe Wilfried Tsonga is he's probably the big one. He has a possible second round with Jocelyn Uwana, who's his compatriot, who put on an entertaining 5-set match against Safin, I believe, last year. So it's pretty cool. He lost the match, but it was pretty entertaining. So it'd be nice, second round, two Frenchmen playing one another. Okay, let's get to Andy Roddick's quarter. He's the 6th seed. He has not played a clay court match this clay court season, so I feel he is underprepared. He opens up against Niemanen. I could see 4 sets in that match, trying to find his feet, but I don't see any problem. I think his first problem will come against Juan Monaco in the 3rd round, if he gets there. Americans have struggled on the clay. You have so many other people in that division as well. You have David Ferreira, the dangerous David Ferreira, who could possibly meet him in around the 16s. You have Novak at the bottom of that section, but he has his problems ahead of him as well. He's got the Juan Carlos Ferrero staring at him. So, it's no cakewalk. He also has Petito Stracci, who's a tricky player, and I like his name, Petito Stracci, Italian. I don't see him as taking a win, but it should be an interesting, fun match. Then you have the best part. My favorite draw, the one that I looked for when it first came out, was the Nadal quarter. Nadal's quarter is filled with Verdasco, Philip Kohlschreiber, Gonzalez, Nicolas Almagro, and Ivan Lubicic. Ivan Lubicic is a potential round of 16 for Nadal. He took Nadal out at the Indian Wells final, if everybody can remember. And he's probably got confidence from that win, knowing that he beat Nadal. But This is clay. This is Roland Garros. This is totally different from Indian Wells. This is like Rafa's home. This is Rafa's home. So, and he does not like that people were there when he was not last year. So I feel that he's coming gunning for some revenge and to get his title back. I mean, you have Verdasco has the hardest, little draw there behind Federer. He's got possible third round with Philip Kohlschreiber, who can prove to be dangerous on any given day. He's got Gonzalez. You got Nicolas Almagro in a possible round of 16. Give or take, people. This it's not as deep as the women's draw because a lot of players pulled out, but it still should be interesting in all the different storylines that go into it. So I will be watching both sides regardless. I'm a fan. So prediction time. I'm silly. I'm sorry, but top half, I see Roger getting to the quarters, and I see him facing Ernest Gulbis. I do predict Ernest Gulbis will upset Robin Soderlund in the round of 16s, thus going on to a match against Federer. I feel he will take Federer out and go into the semis. In the semis, I believe, because I know Gasquet is going to upset Andy Murray. If he lets me down, I'm going to be very upset. But he's going to upset Andy Murray. Andy Murray, even if he doesn't, Andy Murray is not going to get to the quarterfinals. In the quarters, you have French's favorite son, Wilfried Tsonga, coming through into a semi. He's going to face, I hope, Gasquet. And that ought to be a good quarterfinal, thus leading to a semi of... Oh my goodness, what's the semi? I think Gulbis will beat Federer, so Gulbis, Tsonga semi for the final. Then you have the bottom half. Andy Roddick is not going to get past the round. I don't think he'll get past Juan Monaco, but if he does, he'll meet Ferreira in the 16s. Ferreira will take Andy out, thus going on to play either Juan Carlos Ferrero or Novak Djokovic. Ferreira getting through to his first semi here at Roland Garros, where he will meet Rafa Nadal. Rafa Nadal will get through his quarter. Either he plays Verdasco or he'll play Almagro. I think he'll play Verdasco, and he'll take Verdasco out, and we'll move forward. He'll be into the semis against, who did I say was going to be his opponent? Ferreira. He's going to prove too much for Ferreira. He's going to go into the final, and he's going to take Gulbis out. No, Gulbis is not going to get to the final. Sorry. Tsonga is going to get into the final. It'll be the first time a Frenchman has been into the final in, I don't know, X amount of years. And thus, Tsonga-Nadal final is my prediction. Nadal reclaims his crown, and we move on to Wimbledon. But before we get there, tomorrow is the day we will be watching. It starts in 14 hours, I believe. Maybe 13 now. 13 hours, 46 minutes, and 33 seconds. So, guys, let's see if my predictions come true. I could be wrong. That's what the prediction's about. But it's my predictions. Thanks for watching. I hope this was a little bit better than the women's draw. I kind of got a little bit more ease. And hopefully it comes out really good. Alright, God bless. Thanks. Peace out.